Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna wait for a couple of more people to come on the live. So I'm gonna get right into it. This is my Writers Live podcasting page, and I haven't been too active with it. But today, I'm celebrating my 5th year of podcasting. So I'm calling it 5 years of fire. So the journey in this podcasting thing, it ain't been difficult, but it haven't been easy. But podcasting is a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of dedication, consistency, and when you convey your message, you gotta deliver it in a relatable way. So if you never listen to the Writers Live podcast, I'm the host, Writers. My show is about hip-hop, urban culture, and entrepreneurship. During the first year, I didn't have any preconceived notion of doing a podcast. I just jumped out there. And I did it, and I learned a lot of stuff as I went. And I'm fortunate to work with a lot of good content creators, a lot of good podcasters. A lot of them cuffed me and showed me things that people who I knew was doing podcasts and had a podcast going wouldn't even tell me. Just little shit. Like the most difficult part about podcasting was the technical aspect of it. Like how to record guests. That shit had me going crazy. I ain't know how to get people on the phone. I ain't know how to get people on there with me. Just the technical aspect. But shout out to Big Smash of the I'll Explain All That Later podcast. He cuffed me. He showed me a lot of things, and he introduced me to a lot of great podcasters. We still cool. All the relationships that I built from knowing him and relationships that I built on my own, they helped my show a lot. 2025 has been a good year for me podcasting. And, I really don't want to talk numbers like with the Spotify rap and the Apple Podcast and all of that. Because one thing that I learned is when you share your highlights and your successes, throughout the year, a lot of people take offense to that. Everybody not happy for you. Everybody not clapping for you. But me being from Chicago, I'm not fit to get into that crab in a barrel mentality. I've helped a lot of podcasters, and a lot of podcasters have helped me. And I'm appreciative of that. So, like right now, I'm on my 272nd episode, and I'm close to 300. So at this stage in my podcast career, my podcast is established. I have listenership in over 52 countries. My show is about hip-hop, urban culture, and entrepreneurship, if you don't know. My top 5 countries are the U.S., Germany, United Kingdom, Brazil, and Poland. Those are my top 5. You can check out the show on writersonline.net. What else? Some things that were said about my podcast. This year in 2025, 95% people said that my podcast is a marathon show. 78% said my podcast is a most talked about show. And 91% felt like my podcast is a most shared show. And I'm happy to be in great company like Joe Rogan and others as far as the podcasting go. My show has grown exponentially this year. So I try to bring hip-hop, urban culture, entrepreneurship, things from my lens, you know? That's what I try to bring with the show. So these last 5 years I've been doing that. And if you're a new podcaster or got a podcast, just do the work. Do the work. Your audience will find you. Never shortchange your fans. Stay and be consistent all the time. Because this way, your people, they'll follow you. They'll rock with you. You know? What else? In these 5 years, I came out with a book. It's doing well. I recently released a Best of Writers album. It's doing well right now. At the time, there is no more physical copies available. Shout out to that. What else? Oh, I started my own podcast network. So I have one show on my podcast network other than Writers Live, and it's called the What's Poppin' Podcast. So I want to make sure that everybody check out the What's Poppin' Podcast, hosted by Chain C and myself. I am the co-host. It's a relationship comedy show through the eyes of me and the host, Chain C. I wish I could really get her to be on the live right now. Hey, Chain C, come say hi to the people. Come say hi to the people. Come say hi.
Hello.
Tell them to tap into the What's Poppin' Podcast.
Hmm?
Tell them to tap into the What's Poppin' Podcast.
Tap into What's Poppin' Podcast. It streams bi-weekly. It's on the writersonline.net website and all streaming platforms.
Yeah, that's the host right there. My podcast is monetized, as well as the What's Poppin' Podcast is monetized. I got merch. So, yeah, but these 5 years, it's been a little turbulence, but most importantly, podcasting is therapy for me. At this point, it's like riding a bike, but I never get comfortable or complacent where I just throw out any show, just put out anything, just to say, oh, I got a show or something like that. The sound quality is good. You know, it's no reason if you've been doing a podcast 5 years or more and your sound still sound like shit. Nobody don't want to be listening to no shitty podcast episode where the sound all over the place. And then like your fellow podcasters. It's just like you going out with the guys. And if you have a stain on your shirt, your guys will say, hey man, you got a stain right there. So that's their way of, saying, hey, hey, I listened to your show, I noticed this. You might want to tighten that up. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your fans and your audience validate you by pulling up to the show. The analytics don't lie. Your correspondence with your audience is everything. Be honest. Do your show from the heart. If you don't know nothing about the business of podcasting or getting your show monetized, hit me up. You just want to have a proper format for your show. Whatever you say you're going to do it. I love this podcasting. I know podcasters that started a whole 12 months before I did. And I caught up with them and lapped them for his episodes because that's how my work ethic is. And that's how much I love this podcast, most importantly. And I ain't in no competition with nobody. I do this show for me. We do the What's Poppin' podcast for the listeners, for the experience. That's it. If you're a hip-hop artist and you need an interview or something, if you want to come on my platform and it makes sense, hit me up. If you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to launch something, hit me up. Because I had a listenership, but only if it makes sense, hit me up. If you're ready, hit me up. It's been 5 years, and I've been able to meet some amazing people on my podcast journey. Amazing podcasters. So I want to shout out some content creators. Too Much Game Podcast, Uncle Dolomite, 12 Cal, host of the 12 Cal podcast, and his other podcast where he do hip hop and R&B. What else? Big Smash. I'll explain all that later. J.R. Sparrow's Under Review. Hosted with J.R. and Stacy. WV Uncommonplace, hosted by J.R. Pod Saved Our Marriage with King and Queen John. Shan B. Podden and her podcast network and all her own shows that she hosts. Britt, I could talk about this all day with Britt, a.k.a. Britt Row Records. Baylor the Great, host of BTG for President and Open Run with BTG. Mags from the With Pussy Monologue podcast. The Cool Out Corner. What else? I ain't got no list. I'm freestyling this boy. Mind Triggers with Jay always in the background. The Raw Sex Podcast hosted by Don. And then my city. I want to shout out Determined Radio. I want to shout out Inspiring Discussions with Ashley Janae. Wrestling Discussions with Ashley Janae. the Kingpin and Crux Show, hosted by Kingpin and Crux. Everybody on the My Radio Chicago network, shout out to them. And all the content creators from Chicago doing their thing. I salute y'all. CL5000, he big on the battle rap and everything else. He more of a blogger, but nevertheless, he from Chicago doing his thing. Yeah, that's about it. And shout out to all the artists doing their thing. Yeah, so it's been 5 years of podcasting. I didn't want to come on here and read off no stats or nothing. I'm not gonna do a episode, hey, this is what you can expect from the podcast. This is the resolution for the Rider Slide podcast. The resolution is be consistent. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to keep bringing the content. Even with the What's Poppin' podcast, we're going to be consistent. We're going to be bringing authentic content to you. And another thing, a lot of people mistake business for benevolence and everything. I'm a good person and everything like that, but if the energy not reciprocated, forget it. Forget about it. I'm not mad at nobody. I don't have no problem with nobody. I ain't beefing with nobody. No content creators, no rappers, nobody. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on here. Fever, 5 years of podcasting. My best episode that I did this year, it charted at number 18 on Spotify for 2 weeks, and it's called Skits Out of Glue. It's episode 245. You can check that out on all streaming platforms. Yeah, it's a good episode. It's really creative. So, that's what's popping. And yeah, 5 years of podcasting. Merry Christmas to everybody. I recently had a birthday. I'm blessed to be here. I'm 54 and I look good. Really good. And that's it. Yeah, 5 years of podcasting. It's been a journey. I'm Riders. I'm the host of Riders Live. Y'all tap in. www.ridersonline.net and Linktree/Riders. Y'all could go ahead and get merchandise from my merch store, which is riderslivepodcaststore.com. I got hoodies, mugs, you name it, we got it. Currently working on merchandise for the What's Poppin' podcast and the Linktree, but everything is available on ridersonline.net and all the streaming platforms. So this has been 5 years of fire, fever, y'all. So this has been another episode of Riders Live. Peace.